try again in 30 seconds.
Turn up the dial, the stage is set. Golden Broom's pockets are safety net. Whispers in the night will tell the tale. Mighty roar of college ball, don't fail. Bethlehem hard, chasing glorious fire. Streaming fast, our spirits never tire. Field of dreams, dirt and sweat collide. Living legends before our eyes. Stream stops soon, the game's alive. Voices loud in a sonic dive. Golden broom flies carving through the air. College dreams caught in the snare. Behind the mic, we're standing tall, chasing stories in the college hall. Home run, heartbeat in the night. Every pitch a flash of light. Crack the bat, it soars to the sky, showing you the reasons why. Bases loaded, hearts beat fast, bringing you the first and last. Streams start soon, the game's alive. Voices loud in a sonic dive. Golden broom flies carving through the air. College dreams caught in the snare. Ooh, yeah. Caught in the Crack a bat, it soars to the sky, showing you the reasons why. Bases loaded, hearts beat fast, bringing you the first and last. Streams stop soon, the game's alive. Voices loud in a sonic dive. Golden broom flies carving through the air. College dreams caught in the snare. Caught in the snare. On the diamond where they play, sweeping competition every day. Rounding bases, stealing dreams. Ain't no stopping college teams. Let's fucking go. We own the field. Golden broom, our shield revealed. Sweeping up and taking names. Baseball glory is our game. Pitchers hurling, fast and wild. Fans go crazy, players riled. Bat swings hard, destiny calls. College heroes break the walls. Let's fucking go. We own the field.
That ended way too quickly, Terry. I did you a favor. I put some. If you click on the little notes thing over here, I put some show notes in there for you, just so you know what the order we're going with. It's
uh,
on your right hand side there. You got comments, banners, media assets, all that.
yeah, I see
Just
notes.
says, "Yep." Click on that. Tells you our rundown that we're going to do tonight.
Okay.
Um, check it out. Mr. Bubba in the comments again tonight. Best friend from Carroll, Iowa, in here supporting us, and
Thank you, Bubba.
uh, and
Sarah.
you know we're not biological brother and sister, but my sister Sarah in the comments. Uh, I bet she's happy with her regional. We'll discuss that one pretty quick. She's a big Ole Miss fan. I'm sure she likes that.
And another Bubba
And
from
another
last night.
Bubba had to go to YouTube. So we're getting comments already. I like that. I love the comments, right?
Welcome, everybody. Yes, we do.
So before we get started on this whole mess, how was your day?
Um, Honestly, today is one of those days to where I just, reflect back on certain things. Um, I think about, say, certain friends that are no longer with us. Not
Yes,
necessarily
yes.
that they died necessarily in action, but some of them died from the stuff they came home with. Whether it's you know disease or cancer seems to be the common denominator for a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
I served with. So and yeah, so a lot of them died to that. Others,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, mental stuff. So this is just one of those days of the year that I look back on them and miss them every day.
Got no mercy in the house. Sharing our stream on Twitter. Appreciate that, Mr. James. That helps a lot. Definitely, we're going to be talking about the toughest region, um, who's got an easy path, all of that kind of stuff. We got the full breakdown. We're going to do it all tonight. Top 16, what we thought about that. Um, Teams that got in, teams that were left out. There's some glaring things that went on with that.
Hmm.
And then breaking down each region. And then we're both going to pick our Omaha 8.
Sounds good.
So,
So
um,
I know. See, I know from what we discussed before. I know we start out with 64 teams. Now, for each region,
mm-hmm.
is it is it the top team per region, or is it the top two teams, or how does that
um,
work?
so I know you're all new to this format, and that's okay. You're growing and you're learning the game of baseball, and that's what this show is all about:
Hmm.
is growing the game. So, for those that are watching that don't know, this format is 64 teams broken down into 16 regionals. Those are considered the top 16 seeds. They all host. They have 4 teams in each region, and it's double elimination, last team standing. They move on um, to the next round, which is called super regionals. Um, the top 8 seeds in the country will host the super regionals unless they get put out in the region. And that has happened before multiple times. Last year was a great example of that. Vanderbilt was the number 1 overall seed, and they didn't even make it to the region finals and got put out early, so they did not host in the supers. That's how it works. Um,
Let's
and
hope we
then
could stop that trend.
and then you move on to Omaha, where it's the final 8 teams standing. Of course, in every tournament, you have 2 different sides of the bracket. You'll have 4 teams in one side, 4 teams in the other.
Hmm.
Again, the brackets are double elimination, last team standing, and then you'll have those 2 teams will meet in the College World Series finals. and that is a best 2 out of 3. So I know you're thinking, man, that sounds really hard. Well, guess what? Baseball and softball, the College World Series and the Women's College World Series, have long been described as the hardest championships to win in all of sports because of the format.
Yeah.
So it's a great time of year. You get to Omaha, and it's appropriately nicknamed the greatest show on dirt.
Rightfully so.
And that's what you want to be. You want to be the last team standing at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, Nebraska at the end of the season.
Excuse
Well, I take that back. You don't want to be standing.
me. Mm-hmm.
You want to be dogpiling on the pitcher's mound at Charles Schwab Field. That's the goal.
That's tradition.
That's tradition. You got to dogpile. If you don't dogpile, you ain't doing it right. So, if you're ready, we'll go ahead and get into this real quick.
Let's do it.
We'll pull up the top 16 seeds, and we'll discuss that a little bit. They're, for the most part, I'm okay with the top 16 overall. For the most part. I think there's one team that should have been in here that isn't, and it blows my mind that they're not.
What about the overall order?
The overall order? That's a cluster. That is a cluster. Okay.
Where do you see, like, okay, for the order currently right now?
The order currently right now. Okay. You got Auburn at number 4. Ahead of a 41-win team, North Carolina, that a lot of people think is a threat to win the national championship. How Auburn got ahead of North Carolina, I don't know. How Auburn got ahead of Texas, I don't know. Texas went into Auburn and beat them head-to-head, 2 out of 3 games. And then the big one for me was Alabama at 7. Auburn's at 4. Alabama's at 7. Here's my problem with that, right? Alabama had more SEC wins than Auburn. And they swept Auburn. And none of those games were close. I mean, it's like 7-3 and 5-2, and I think they run ruled them in the third game on Sunday.
Yeah.
So by what metric is Alabama 4 or Alabama 7 and Auburn 4? Alabama should be ahead of Auburn. I don't understand that.
So in your own opinion right now, you would say you would move everyone up 5 through 7 and then put Auburn at 7 and then move each one up, and then everything after Auburn from 8 on would you say is correct?
Except for Mississippi State and West Virginia.
So you don't think they should be hosting?
So I'm okay with Mississippi State hosting. I'm not okay with West Virginia.
Who was the team you felt that should have been in their spot for the final spot for hosting?
The Arkansas Razorbacks.
And this is based on conference record as well as conference championship, making further in there, or
the committee has a double standard, because on part of it they say we're not going to go by RPI, and on the other part of it they say, yeah, we did this based on RPI. Now here's the problem. If you go by RPI and you get into quad 1 wins and quad 2 wins and all of the quad wins and stuff, Arkansas had the most quad wins in the country. Quad 1 wins. 18 of them. That 18 was more quad 1 wins alone than West Virginia had when you combine quad 1 and quad 2. What are we doing here? It doesn't make sense.
Sure about this. I got another comment here. Not sure about the Huskers hosting, but had decent season. Little Big Ten love. Also, how much of the cancellation games midweek played a factor?
I think Nebraska absolutely deserved to host.
Mm-hmm.
But he brings up a point. How much of the cancellation games midweek played a factor? They didn't.
Because midweek's usually never a factor, right?
Well,
the weekend series, like you were saying before.
So what happened is 3 weeks ago, the NCAA selection committee sent out a letter and said, we're watching you. If you're canceling games to affect your metrics, we can and will hold that against you. And then turned around and rewarded every single team that did.
So basically, at this point, it was just empty threats.
Right. Empty threats.
Would have loved to have been the fly on the wall in the committee section.
Oh, they were. I've been saying all day they were on crack. It's what they did on this committee on this is absolutely whack. I don't know what they was doing. None of it makes any sense. But your top 16 teams, we can go through them. I'll take a line, you take a line. Number 1, UCLA. Mr. Terry's team there. Number 2, Georgia Tech. A lot of people thought Georgia Tech should have had that number 1 spot. There's a little down slit by UCLA at the end of the year, where Georgia Tech didn't. So a lot of people thought Georgia Tech might have been able to sneak in and take that number 1 spot. They kept it the way it was. Georgia, the SEC regular season and conference tournament champion at 3. Auburn, which is very glaring to me, at number 4. And then
got the Tar Heels at number 5. I know they've been had a powerhouse squad this year thus far, as well as Texas. Alabama, I'm not sure that, as far as their previous seasons, as far as making any Omaha runs, but did they make it last year, if I'm not mistaken?
They got in the tournament, but I think they went 2 in barbecue.
Okay. So, I mean, now they go from that to hosting. So,
yeah,
obviously that's an improvement. Florida always seems to be in the mix. Next one's yours.
Then we get to our first mid-major, Southern Miss. That's a loaded team that's capable of making noise. It's going to be intriguing to see if they can make it out of their regional. We'll get to that a little bit later. Always a ruckus crowd down there in Hattiesburg. They put on a good show. They deserve to host. Florida State, Link Jarrett's got that program headed in the right direction. Got them back in the top 16, hosting again. Oregon, the Ducks. They gave UCLA everything they wanted. They played them 4 times this year. UCLA took 3 of them. But Oregon has most definitely given them everything they wanted and then some. And then
last year the roles were reversed, though. I remember that.
And then at number 12, you got Texas A&M. who, when they're on, are as good as any team in the country, and when they're not, they're as bad as any team in the country. But finishing third in the SEC, absolutely, it's going to be a wild scene down there in College Station. And I would not want to be an opposing team there. They get that ball 4 chant going, ball 5, ball 6, ball 6. They get rowdy.
And I know Nebraska, they either finish either in third or fourth in the tournament championship, if I'm not mistaken. But, we'll see how they fare, especially after getting blanked by Oregon prior to going to the tournament championship game. Mississippi State, to me, it's like it seems a little shaky because I know at the beginning, when they had that tournament in Arlington and then they played, it was the final game on that Sunday. They played UCLA. They ended up going to extra innings, but it seems like since that weekend, it's been a little, correct me if I'm wrong or what you could offer your opinion on it, but they've been kind of shaky, it seems like.
When they're on, they're on. When they're off, they're off.
Kansas, this is their first time hosting, as we discovered, a regional. So, good for them. Let's see how well they do and take it going further. And West Virginia, I know you said they probably shouldn't be hosting, but, here they are. Let's see how they were another one that was kind of like, it seemed like inconsistent.
They can rake at the plate. If they make it out of their regional and head out to Los Angeles, that super regional will be really fun because they can put up numbers just the same way that UCLA can. It's impressive.
Bama lost to the Hattiesburg regional last year.
Yep.
And Canes won't get to the supers. And here is your friend, who's
Mr.
driving,
Kenny.
apparently, but he can comment.
I'm
Auburn
okay
wins
with
it
that.
all.
He says Auburn wins it all. I have thoughts about that, but we've gone over the top 16.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go ahead and dive into some controversy that surrounds this tournament. Teams that got in and teams that were left out. Have you done your research on this one yet?
The only one I know about is what was mentioned was Kentucky and how they didn't win as many games. And you mentioned you're comparing them with Vanderbilt. They didn't win as many games regular season. They didn't have the better conference record. I'm not sure how the tournament went, if they went further than you guys.
No, we played them first round of the tournament and put them out of the tournament.
So, yeah. And I know you said that Vandy didn't deserve to be there.
Right.
So, as far as the other teams, like who is somebody would you have put in instead of Kentucky? Not necessarily SEC. Oh, got another comment here. Auburn, one of the most complete teams on his feet. He's coming after you.
He's an Auburn fan. He's definitely going to say that. But,
yeah.
We know that he can say that they're one of the most complete teams in the field. When you combine their record against two of the teams in the field, Alabama and Jacksonville State, they're 0-5. They're not even the best team in their state. So, Coastal Carolina did slump at the worst time. The worst time. Had a top 16 seed locked up in the last 2 weeks of the season. They fell on hard times, got swept by Old Dominion, did not do well in their conference tournament. And just, that you don't want to go into the tournament playing it the way they played.
We got more love for you, Chris.
Professional said it today. They also said Kentucky deserved to be in the tournament. So there you go. And yes, Auburn played a hard schedule, but they didn't play as hard of a. I don't think their schedule was as hard as Vanderbilt's. They didn't play the number one team in the country on the road.
I got to ask Kenny a question. Kenny, do you have a self-driving car? Because you're commenting a lot for someone says they're driving. When we wanted you on the show.
But Mercer had their RPI number they were number 28 in the RPI.
Mm-hmm.
They went 44-15. 44-15. Won the regular season conference, won their conference tournament, 44 wins, won at Troy, who's in the tournament, and they got left out. And Kentucky got in.
Thank you for being safe, Kenny.
But I don't understand how Kentucky got in. I'm not sure how North Carolina State got in. The glaring one left out was Mercer. Another one that got left out was Pitt. Had a top 30 RPI. It made no sense how they put Kentucky in this thing and left out. To all top 8 SEC schools. Congratulations. You got swept by Alabama. You got swept by Jacksonville State. You got run ruled by mid-major. You got run ruled multiple times this year. I don't think you're that complete of a team.
You said they lost the series to the Longhorns too, correct?
Yes.
Did they
lost.
They fare against A&M? Did they play them this year too?
They did, but I don't remember how that series went. I know they lost the series to Texas. They lost the series to Alabama. They lost the series to Georgia.
What about Florida?
I think they did beat Florida.
Okay. Kenny, tell us about the Texas A&M series.
I can look it up real quick.
Send me how this. Dang, come on, get up there. Okay, it says they won 5 of 8 of their series against those top teams.
They lost the series to Georgia, Texas. They got swept by Alabama. Okay, they did beat Texas A&M. They lost the series to Georgia and Texas.
6. So we discussed there, and I guess the 2-1 he's referencing is from the Texas A&M series. So that's it. We got another comment here from Jody Robinson. Jacksonville
Coach
State
Jody
was fired at Mizzou 3 years ago.
Yes, he was fired.
And now look where he's at.
Yep. Swept Auburn. Went into Auburn and run ruled them, and has that, in my opinion, is the most dangerous mid-major in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Hey, son.
Hi.
They beat Texas A&M 2-1.
Just want to stay in your room.
No, you got to go to the other room.
So, but yeah, Mercer, Pitt, I thought they both deserved to be in. They're not. Kentucky and North Carolina State are. I absolutely do not understand that. I don't. Like I said, I've said all day that the committee was on crack with those 4 schools. Those did not make any sense.
Little technical difficulty there.
Yeah, it's all good. You got a child. You're introducing them to college baseball. We're growing the game.
He's gone.
So if you want to, we'll go ahead and start getting into these
Regionals.
the regionals.
All right, let's do it.
So we'll pull this up. As the number one seed, we'll let them go first. Terry, have at it.
Now, you said only one team makes it out of this, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I know St. Mary's is, they have a pretty solid squad. However, I don't see them advancing. I know we've already played Cal Poly earlier this year, and if I'm not mistaken, we run ruled them. I had to check that, but I don't know too much about Virginia Tech. However, the way I know UCLA's they've had dominant wins and they've had come from behind wins that kind of showed everything. But however, with this particular regional, I see them coming out of the Los Angeles regional into the next round.
I think UCLA is the clear favorite here. The one thing I worry about with UCLA, I wouldn't expect it to affect them against St. Mary's, but it could. But Will Gasparino being suspended for game one, will that have an effect? Against St. Mary's, I don't think they will. But it'll be interesting to see. Okay, we'll do that. So that one will be interesting to see if that affects them at all. I don't think it will. I expect UCLA to go ahead and win this region.
I mean, they do run pretty deep. I will say that. And there's been games they still won where they didn't have Golowaski.
Yeah.
From injury. So, but it's not an injury. It's just a suspension. Now, hopefully he doesn't try to truck stick anybody going back to third base in the middle of a pickle again. Might lead to more games being suspended, but
right. If he gets it again, it'll be a 2-game suspension.
Yeah.
So we'll go to number 2 overall, which is Georgia Tech. I just don't see any competition here for them.
I mean, if there's any, the closest one would probably be Oklahoma. If any.
The Oklahoma pitching against the Georgia Tech bats that should be an interesting matchup. I just don't think Oklahoma can score enough to stay with them.
Now let's see if I recognize my logos here. So the number 4 seed, I'm assuming that's University of Illinois Chicago.
Yes, sir.
And to the right, that would be Citadel.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Doing good.
We're getting somewhere. Terry sent you a messenger. I don't know if I have that link. You want to give it to him real quick, or
what's that?
Did you send it to Kenny already?
Just a second.
Oh, let me try and see. All right. It's sent. Let's see if it works. Check your stuff, Kenny.
So now we got Texas.
Got Longhorns. That's Holy Cross, Tarleton State, and UC Santa Barbara.
Yes, sir. I think this might be one of the easier regions out there as well, Bubba. The Tarleton State, if they get by UCSB in the first game, I think they've been a headache for Texas the last several years. They've given Texas fits. So that would be an interesting in-state matchup if they can face each other. But other than that, I just don't see any competition here for Texas.
If any, I will agree with Tarleton State. And I think the next biggest threat, if any, would be UC Santa Barbara.
Yes. I would agree with that.
Just
I
waiting on
can.
Kenny.
I will save the number 4 seed. Well, there he is. Let's add him in. You're just in time, Kenny, because we're moving on to the number 4 seed Auburn Tigers.
Oh man, you pissed somebody off, Chris.
Okay, Matt, I know you're watching. I got a Kentucky fan here. I will say Kentucky did not deserve to get in. They did not deserve to be in front of Vanderbilt at all, and we damn sure didn't deserve to get in. But there's no way you can defend Kentucky at 31-21 getting in this tournament, and Mercer at 44-15 being left out. There's no defense for that. So, yes, I will say Kentucky did not deserve to get in this tournament.
I agree with that, Chris.
Yeah,
So
based
I
on
think I
everything you
got the
said.
wrong one. There we go. There's the Auburn Regional. Just in time, Kenny.
To be honest with you, the only person in this bracket that I could see giving Auburn fits is North Carolina State.
No, they're horrible.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason they even got in is because it was a olive branch to Coach Avent, who announced that he's retiring at the end of the season.
UCF ain't doing it.
UCF is dangerous.
Yeah, but when we play UCF, they're not going to be able to contend with Juarez. So he's been lights out the last part of the season. So yeah, have fun with that one, buddy.
So
could we agree that the biggest threat, if any, would be UCF to Auburn in this regional?
Yeah.
But overall, I'm still picking Auburn to get out of this regional, though.
I'm actually picking UCF.
I'm picking Auburn.
Kenny.
He's doing that just because he's taking on me.
No, it's not because Kenny. I've seen UCF play. I know what they've got, and I've seen the holes in Auburn that they put on tape.
But let me ask you a question, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
We're live, so I want you to answer this honestly. How can you sit here and say UCF is going to beat Auburn when you have multiple times on other podcasts and this podcast said that you have picked Auburn to possibly win the national championship? That makes no sense to me.
Okay,
that's like two standards.
So when the season started, I identified Auburn as a team that could potentially win the national championship.
Correct.
I'll own that 100%. I said that.
You did.
However, I also said it depends on their health. And they lost their best reliever mid-season, who's out for the rest of the year.
Okay, but
having surgery on his arm.
Answer me this: has not Sanders come in? Okay, so answer me. Let's go back to the SEC tournament for a minute with Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
Our first game, we threw 2 pitchers. Our second game, we threw 2 pitchers and went 9 innings. The only school in the whole SEC tournament to play 2 complete games with 4 pitchers. But you're sitting here saying,
okay,
you're sitting here. I mean, I understand that, Chris.
Where did that get you?
And I'm telling you this: if the rain delay would not have happened with Arkansas and bring out our starter, they had no answers for him, Chris. And you know this; you have said this. The rain delay, we had to go. We had to go to our in the thing, and both of our relievers.
Arkansas had to as well.
Okay,
but you guys weren't hitting Arkansas. It was 1-0 when you were at the rain delay. You weren't hitting Arkansas, so you didn't have an answer for their pitcher either.
Yeah, but they didn't have an answer for ours either. They couldn't even get a hit.
So what you're telling me is Arkansas's got a better bullpen than Auburn.
If we could have threw Sanders, no, but they wasn't going to throw Sanders.
I'd like to give a shout out to the 42 people watching this group chat argument come to life in a living color for your ears and eyes.
Me and Kenny go way back. This has always been fun with us.
Yeah.
Always been fun.
It's just so everybody knows there's no harm, but me and Chris will sit here and argue this.
Yeah.
I do want to say this though, back to the number 1 seed. I don't feel like I don't feel like they make it. I don't feel like they make it to the super regionals. But if they do, they're not making it out.
Wow. Who do you got beating them?
Go to that bracket and I'll tell you. And I'll tell you why.
Who do you got beating them?
No, they'll make it out of there. I'm talking about going to the supers. Go to the one against them.
He says they stop at the supers because they haven't posted that yet. This is all basically just the regionals that they posted.
Yeah,
today.
the 16. They're going to get the 16. Go to that regional for a minute.
Which
Chris.
is West Virginia.
Yeah, go to that one. I'm going to tell you something. I want you to think about this.
Let me find their regional. Okay.
What if? Now, I know they played crappy all year, and they're not the same team they were a couple years ago. But what if Wake Forest slips up and wins this?
I don't see that happening. Wake Forest can't hit the ball the way West Virginia does.
Even if West Virginia wins it, they can beat UCLA.
They can beat UCLA. And we'll get to that.
I'm going to be honest with you. There's some good super regional matches that are going to happen that could shock a lot of people.
So let's go back over here to these other ones. So we went over UCLA, Georgia Tech, no competition. Texas, no competition. Probably the easiest regional of them all.
Yeah.
Alabama.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't think they got any competition in that right now.
I know USC Upstate is talking a lot of junk, saying we're not going there just to show up. We're going there to win. It's probably not what you want to do against a Josh Holiday coach team or against an SEC team. It's going to be tough. I just don't. Can you?
Josh Holiday coach?
Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. I don't know that. I don't see Alabama losing that.
Can South Carolina Upstate get to the finals there? I think they could, but I don't think they're beating Alabama. Alabama's, they're legit.
They're good.
It's probably the most legit Alabama team we've seen in recent memory.
What I'm scared of is that when they get to the supers.
Right.
Because that's not going to be pretty.
So here's one that everybody says is brutal for a regional.
It is. Chris, and you know it. You want me to tell you who I got winning it?
Who do you got winning it?
And y'all going to think I'm crazy, but I really feel like if played right and they play like they did toward the end of the season, East Carolina could walk out of this.
Very well could. However,
it's going to be tough, but they can do it.
I expect them to start a left-handed pitcher in game 1 against Tennessee.
Yeah.
And when they do, Tennessee's going to put them in their losers bracket.
Go back to that comment for a minute. We done beat Nebraska this year. So that's not better yet. We beat Nebraska twice this year. So that's not. I'm not worried about Nebraska. Not in Auburn.
That doesn't mean Nebraska wins the region, though.
I know. I'm just saying, I'm not worried about them.
And we'll get to their region here in a couple. We haven't gone over theirs yet, right?
But knowing what Tennessee pitching is like, I don't think they're deep enough to go through this bracket and take down North Carolina. I think they can get to the finals, but I don't think they're deep enough to beat North Carolina.
Chris, either 4 of them teams could make the finals.
I just don't see it.
East Carolina.
Here's the thing. Tennessee hits left-handed pitching really, really well.
They do. It's going to be a good game in game 1.
Might be the best left-handed pitching hitting team I've seen all year. They rake against lefties.
It's going to be interesting to watch.
So I think North Carolina comes out of this. They might have to go to a winner-take-all game, but I think North Carolina is easily the deeper team here. So it'll be fun to watch. I'm picking North Carolina in that one.
We're going to talk about this.
We already went over this one. I'll be honest with you. Of all the baseball I've watched this year, I think the 4 best teams in the country are UCLA, Georgia Tech, Georgia, and Florida. I think they come through this region untouched.
I do too. Everybody's saying Miami could give them fits, but I don't see it. Not considering the gauntlet they just played in the SEC.
Right. I don't see Florida.
All right.
I don't see Florida losing the game here.
So for this one, I only recognize 3 out of 4. So if someone would like to tell me about Rider University or Rider College, whatever the hell they're called, where are they out of?
Like Virginia, West Virginia.
It's Virginia.
Yeah, somewhere
Virginia,
over in that
not
area.
West Virginia?
No, it's Virginia.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Virginia.
I know Troy. I know Miami. But for this,
The thing about Rider, and I was looking at this, they're not real deep in pitching, but they can hit, and that's not going to help them.
Yeah. If you can't stop the other team from hitting, you're in trouble.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just don't know. This is another bracket that's a give me. It's Georgia.
So you got Georgia,
I think Georgia
Long
comes
Island
through.
University, Liberty, and Boston College.
Yep. I think Georgia comes through without a loss. Although, if there's a team that could sneak up and hand them a loss, it would be Liberty.
Yep.
In my opinion.
That's true. I agree.
So let's go over to the other.
We talked about this one.
So Southern Miss, Hattiesburg, always an electric environment. Let's see if you can name all these teams.
So Southern Miss, if I'm going left to right. So Southern Miss, Little Rock,
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville State, and that's obviously Virginia Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a while to figure out the Little Rock one, though.
I'll tell you who's going to win this.
Who do you have winning it?
Jack State, and I'm going to tell you why. They are the only team in mid-majors to have beat 5 SEC schools this year. And that takes a lot.
Jack State's really, really, really good. That they are a 3 seed just blows my ever-loving mind.
I thought they were going to be a 2 seed, to be honest.
But don't overlook that Little Rock team. As a 4 seed, they might be the most dangerous 4 seed here.
That's going to be a good region.
And I say that Little Rock had a losing record last year, won their conference tournament, and then took LSU to a winner-take-all game in super regionals last year. That team, there's just no quit in that team. And they had to come from behind in the championship game yesterday to win that, to get in. I'm not overlooking Little Rock. I think Jack State's the most dangerous 3 seed mid-major in the tournament. And then Virginia, I don't know that Virginia is going to be a threat here. I actually have Jacksonville State coming out of this region.
That's who I say too. But who they pair up with is going to be interesting if they win it.
Yes.
Very.
My pick for this, I'm going to go Southern Miss.
Okay.
This one might be an interesting one, actually.
Can you name them all, Terry?
I can't name that. I know it's A&M. That one next to them, I don't know. I know then it's Texas State and those bastards from LA, USC Trojans.
So the red LU is Lamar University.
Lamar, okay.
Lamar and Texas A&M is going to be electric.
Chris, I have a question about A&M. Is their pitcher still hurt?
Not as bad as they were last year.
No.
That-
I'm talking about the one that got hurt in the last series of the season.
I have not looked into it.
Because I know they
Um,
said he was injured, but it wasn't a major injury, so I didn't know if they were going to be able to pitch him. If they can't pitch him, that's going to hurt them.
I
A
don't
little.
think it's gonna. I don't think it'll hurt them in this one at all.
I think they'll win it, but it'll hurt a little bit. They'll take a loss somewhere in there.
I would actually be surprised if Southern Cal wins a game.
No, that ain't happening.
They are 1-11 against quad one teams.
That's good. That's good. I love it.
I think Texas A&M got a pretty soft road to the Supers.
So would you say Lamar or Texas State would be the biggest threat, if any?
Probably Lamar.
Lamar. Oh, where's Sarah? We need her to tune in now. She's been-
Right. So here we go. Lincoln, Nebraska, and the Cornhuskers hosting this region.
Look, everybody's got Nebraska winning it. Hattiesburg Region will make Gainesville winner, which is, yeah, we know that, but Jacksonville State and Florida would be a heck of a matchup.
It would be. That
That would be a
be
must.
fun. Yes.
That's why I was saying that.
Can you name all of these teams, Terry?
So it's Nebraska. Is that South Dakota State?
Yes.
Okay. And then obviously Arizona State and Ole Miss. Now for this one, I don't know what it is, but I think my shocker for this one, I got Arizona State coming out of this region.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's a bold prediction. I know. But
Who do you got, Kenny?
I hate to say it. I feel like Ole Miss. It's going to be an Auburn Ole Miss showdown.
I think Ole Miss walks out of here. I really do. Something about it tells me this Ole Miss team might be pretty dangerous.
well, I'm picking Arizona State for Rudy Arguelles from Riverside City College. So you can see he was part of that 98 unfortunate team that lost to Southern Cal.
Okay.
Okay.
Mississippi State.
Is that Loyola?
No.
And I don't know. Losers?
Lipscomb University out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Which one?
Lipscomb.
Lipscomb. Okay. You want me to try to contact them, bring them on the show?
They would be fun.
Of course.
Hey, who was that in that last comment?
That's Bubba.
Bubba, bro, come on, bro.
Pretty good late in the season.
You can't. Yeah, they playing good, but you got to understand. Ole Miss played the gauntlet. Everybody in the SEC played the gauntlet, and Ole Miss, if they play anything like they played toward the end of the season, Nebraska don't stand a chance. Let's just be honest.
That'll be a fun one.
Of course,
Yeah.
another Raging Cajuns, and of course that's Cincinnati. So my good friends.
The
Lafayette.
last time Lipscomb came to Duty Noble Field earlier this year, they got beat 26-0 in 7 innings.
So safe to say they'll probably finish last in this regional.
Safe to say.
I got Mississippi State winning it, but
I don't think they lose
I don't
a
think
game
they're
here.
gonna.
No. Not even any kind of threat.
And here's going to be a fun one.
Kansas is not winning this bracket.
Wow.
I said it out right out the gate. Kansas is not.
Okay, so obviously that's the Jayhawks.
Uh-huh.
I want to say that's UConn, but it don't look like they're Husky.
No, that's not UConn.
All right, well, I quit on that one. I don't know what the hell bear that's. Is that Montana?
Missouri State.
Missouri State, okay. And I can only either think of Akron or Alcorn for that A.
Arkansas.
That's Arkansas.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. So I'm
So,
guessing these are like the logos you see on their on-field hats, pretty much. Well, for
yes.
at least for that A.
Yes.
Well, shit. All right.
I will say this. Missouri State and Arkansas is always fireworks. Always fireworks. And it comes from a few years ago, Missouri State should have hosted a super regional, but they sent them to Arkansas to play Arkansas instead of going to Missouri State. And they did that because Baum Walker is a bigger stadium than what Missouri State has, so they gave Arkansas the home field. And there were a lot of hurt feelings, and that was one of the most electric matchups we saw in a long time was Missouri State and Arkansas. There will be fireworks in that game. However, I expect Arkansas to come out of this region.
Well,
Much respect to Kansas, but that team is just annoying as hell. The way they act in their dugout reminds me of 2022 Tennessee. They're obnoxious as hell. And I'm going Arkansas full stop on this one.
I'm undecided here. I want to say it's either Missouri State or Arkansas. It's not Kansas. I know that.
I'm going to
Okay.
take
And
Missouri
that's
State just to go with Bubba on this one. So
and
now-
Jody's correct. That's the reason they moved the Arkansas Missouri State deal to Arkansas is because they were hosting in a minor league ballpark and the minor league team had a home series that weekend. So that got pretty chippy quick. So here we go, number 16 seed West Virginia.
This region is a toss up.
Oh, I think West Virginia comes out of here. They might lose a game, but I think they come out of here.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Playing at home the way they swing their bats.
I give them the home field advantage to win it, yeah.
That's Binghamton, right?
Binghamton.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Barely read that one. And obviously that's Kentucky and Wake Forest, but yeah, I got West Virginia advancing, but I don't think they make it past the next one.
So, and I don't have a bracket to show which regions match up. However, we can go
Who's Alabama? If Alabama wins it, who they got to face, Chris?
Let me look that up real quick. So actually, the thumbnail I put in for the show.
That's the Florida State regional, ain't it?
Alabama would get the Florida State regional.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's in that region?
Florida State, St. John's, Northern
Did I miss that
Illinois,
one?
and Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, we missed that one.
I didn't have it.
So let me ask y'all a question.
Thought they sent that one.
And it's possible, not saying it's going to happen. It is very, very possible.
I didn't have the Oregon one either. I don't have those two.
Okay. So I have a question. Looking at the bracket, it's a possibility that you could have a couple of in-state rivalries play for the national championship this year. It's also possible that you could have, like softball is this year, you could have the SEC have 5, 6, maybe 7 teams in Omaha. What is your opinion on thinking that could happen?
I think Georgia gets there. I think Florida gets there.
Auburn's going to get there. I'm telling you.
I just don't think they do.
I got Georgia, Auburn, Texas, Alabama, Florida, and A&M in Omaha. That's 5. Just like softball.
So number one, UCLA. UCLA's region matches up with West Virginia.
Yes.
Georgia Tech matches up with the Kansas region,
Mhm.
which we all pretty much agree is going to be Arkansas.
Yeah.
I don't think Arkansas has got the pitching to shut down the Georgia Tech bats. I really don't.
It'd be an interesting matchup, though.
Georgia would match up with Mississippi State. I think Georgia handles business. Auburn's region matches up with the Nebraska region. That'll be interesting. I have Ole Miss coming out of there, and you get two SEC teams playing in a super regional. Anything can happen. I actually have Coach Bianco getting Ole Miss back to Omaha.
We'll see.
Then you got the North Carolina region winner would play the Texas A&M regional.
I got A&M coming out of that all the way. They're hot.
I think North Carolina is one of the most dangerous teams, one of the best teams in the country. I have them making it to Omaha.
Yep.
The Texas region plays the Oregon region. I'm picking the Ducks to go to Omaha.
I'm going to take the Longhorns in that one.
I'm taking the Longhorns.
And the Alabama plays the Florida State region winner.
Florida State.
I got Alabama. They're hot.
I think Alabama gets there. So we're looking at
Florida, Southern Miss. I got
One.
Florida.
2.
Possibility we
I
could
would-
put
I would
6
have-
teams.
I would have 4 teams from the SEC in Omaha.
Okay, but how do you figure? Because you're going to have Georgia getting in, either Auburn or Ole Miss is what you said. That's 2.
Uh-huh. I got Oregon taking out Texas.
Oh, that's why you took Oregon, taking out Texas. I don't know, Chris. With that being in Austin, it's hard to beat them boys in Austin.
Oregon's better than Texas.
I'm not saying they're not. It's just be a good matchup. We'll see not this weekend, but next weekend.
And then obviously Florida gets the winner of the Hattiesburg Regional. I got that being Jackson State.
And that's going to be interesting.
I actually think Florida is one of the best teams in the country.
I got
So-
Southern Miss taking out Florida to go to the Omaha.
So my Omaha 8 will be West Virginia, Georgia Tech, Georgia, Ole Miss, North Carolina, Oregon, Alabama, and Florida.
Okay. I've got West Virginia, Georgia Tech, Georgia, Auburn. Who's North Carolina? I got Texas.
Texas
got
A&M.
I got Texas A&M. I got Texas. As much as I don't want to say it, I'm going to say Alabama. And then I got Jacksonville State beating Florida.
Okay. And that's not crazy because they beat 7 SEC teams this year. That's
Yeah.
not a crazy pick.
They're
I got
hot.
for my 8. I got UCLA, Southern Miss. This might be the one to shock the people. North Carolina, Auburn, Georgia Tech, I'm going to say Florida State, Texas, and Georgia. And those are my 8.
Okay. That's interesting. Coach Jody is calling me out. No UCLA. I actually do not have UCLA going. And the reason I say that is down the stretch, there was a lot of pressure put on UCLA. With 6 games to go, they were 24-0 in the Big Ten. They had an opportunity to be the first Power 4 team to go, well, the first team ever to go 30-0 in conference play. And that pressure got to them. They ended up losing 2 games, their final 2 series. Doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have that kind of pressure or expectation to complete something and you fall to the pressure and don't do it, kind of a letdown.
Is it though, or are they just like, okay, we didn't do it, but we still won the conference championship. Now I know they had to come from behind in two out of 3 of the games, but they did.
Purdue gave them all they could handle.
Yeah,
took them extra innings, and then Oregon gave them all they could handle. Went extra innings with that. I just think UCLA has stumbled a little bit coming down to the wire, and I don't know if they can handle the pressure of being the number 1 overall seed.
Here's what I got to say about this. If, and it's the big if UCLA makes it to Omaha, they're going to have their hands full on that side of the bracket.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm not being biased when I say this.
There you were.
But Terry will tell you, I have been begging for this matchup all year long. I want an Auburn UCLA game just so I can give Terry what I give Chris about Vanderbilt. Because I purposely feel like, and it has been proven week in and week out, Auburn's pitching has shut down some of the best hitting teams, and that's all UCLA has. That's it.
So, to counter that just a little bit, they didn't shut down Georgia Tech. They played them twice and got run ruled once.
Okay. I didn't say everybody, Chris.
They played Jacksonville State and got run ruled.
Okay.
Alabama run ruled you.
Okay, once. Okay.
I mean, so you've been run ruled 3 times. That's not the make.
Okay, hold on. How many times?
Team.
How many times have Alabama been run ruled this year? So if you want to talk about run rules, run rule. The only team, as far as I know, the only 2 teams in this, the only 2 teams in this that hasn't been run ruled this year, if I'm not mistaken, is UCLA and Oregon. So you're telling me one? You're telling me one of them 2 are going to win the national championship? No. Somebody from the SEC is going to make it 7 in a row.
I don't think the only team. I'll say it again. I think the best 4 teams in the country are UCLA, Georgia Tech, North Carolina. Well, wait.
Chris, let me ask you a question. What do you consider being the best team?
The best put together teams. I've got Georgia Tech, Georgia, Florida, and North Carolina, the top 4 teams I've seen all year.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Yes, Auburn's had their flaws. And yes, Auburn is the only team in this, as far as I know, that 90% of their roster is sophomores and freshmen. They're putting on a show. But
I'm not saying Auburn's not good. That's not what I'm saying.
Let me ask you this, Chris. I want you to answer this honestly.
I've seen them lay eggs inexplicably.
Yes, they have. But here's the one thing that nobody really wants to talk about. When you get to Omaha,
all bets are off.
But what's the one thing? It doesn't matter about your bats at all when you get to Omaha, because if you're not deep in pitching, you're not coming out of it.
Tennessee proved that wrong 2 years ago.
Well, once in a million.
LSU proved that wrong last year. They didn't
How
have
you
deep
figure
pitching.
LSU had 7 pitchers last year? And
They didn't
rotate.
have. They were known for their bats last year. They were putting up 12, 15 runs every single game.
Yeah, that is. I mean, but normally pitching's what's winning it, Chris.
They were raking the ball.
I don't know how they fell off so bad this year.
So there is a correction here about Oregon. Oregon
Okay.
has been run ruled twice this year.
Okay.
Once against UCLA in 7 innings, it was 11-1.
Okay.
And April 2nd against Michigan, when they're ranked number 15, they lost 10-0.
Mhm.
Okay. So UCLA is the only team that I know of in this bracket that ain't been run ruled.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. That's all I can say. It's gonna be real interesting. But I do know this.
And normally pitching is the key to winning Omaha.
Mm-hmm.
I do know this
Normally.
though. Auburn is getting, as Chris says, is not the best reliever, but Auburn is getting one of their relievers back. Not this weekend, but next weekend. So it's going to be kind of interesting to help out.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
But look this up, Tay, if I'm not mistaken. I know that they have the number one pitch. They have the number one in most categories in pitching this year is Auburn. But my question about this is, if I'm not mistaken, and I might be wrong on this, Auburn's 4 starters. Your 1 through 4, if I'm not mistaken, is the only pitching staff in the nation to where they're averaging six or more innings in an outing. And that's going to mean a lot going into Omaha.
If they get there, they got to get there first.
I'm going to be honest with you, Chris. Nobody I think we get through this weekend. It's going to see who we have to pair it with in the supers.
Mm-hmm.
If it's Nebraska, I'm not worried about it. That's the 2 games and let's go. We're not beating Nebraska this year.
I'm not so sure about that because we've seen Ole Miss.
What were you asking about Auburn now?
Be the last team in the field, had lost to many, many good teams in the SEC, and then ran roughshod in the postseason and won a national championship.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, every year.
But I agree, there is a lot of pressure on UCLA. A lot.
So let me ask you a question. If they don't make Omaha, is their season pretty much a fluke?
For UCLA?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be upsetting.
That's what I said.
That's
what I said.
I mean, I can't accept anything less than Omaha. Everything they've done to this point, there should be no reason why they shouldn't make it there to Omaha in the top 8. What were you asking me earlier, though, about Auburn?
Their pitchers, their 4 starting pitchers going averaging 6 innings per outing.
I know the top 3 do. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday pitchers.
I can't find that specific stat. I'm looking at the earned run stat. Let's see.
So I can find out real quick. It'll take me just a second.
I know when it comes to ERAs, there isn't a single Auburn pitcher in the top 10.
What do you mean?
For ERA.
Moreno, well, Jake, I call him Jake because I can't pronounce his last name. He's ranked in the top 10 because he has like a 2.13 or some crap. The kid's crazy. Hey, I got a question. Chris.
Mm-hmm.
When did they start throwing curveballs up?
Years ago.
All right, look. When Moreno, Jake did it the other game, the last game Auburn played, I was like, what the heck is he throwing? And they were like, it's a curveball, but it goes up.
So You got 2 guys with 15 starts and 1 guy with 14 starts. Marciano, Petrovic, and Alvarez.
Yeah, that's our 3 main
They
starters.
both have, all 3 have 14 and 15 starts. Let's see. Marciano threw
What's up,
81.2
Jamie?
innings. 81.2 innings. And 15 starts.
We'll see about that, Jody.
That comes out to just about 5 2/3 per outing.
Hey, Terry, go back to that comment.
Petrovic 5 2/3 per outing.
Also, the ERA that you're referring to for Jake and Jackson, it's 2.64 and 2.66, and they're ranked 32 and 33.
Hey, Bubba, just to heads you up, that was done playing in probably the best conference. That's pretty dang good to throw that in the SEC, buddy. If they was to throw that in any other, if they was to throw in any other conference, they would be ranked up there too, buddy. But if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the year, they will rank like first, second, first, third, and a bunch of that crap nationally. I got to start coming back around again. Hang on.
Yeah, we've been missing you, brother. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Who's your national champion?
Who, me?
We're all 3 going to name our national champion.
Go, Terry.
All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and go with my team. I'm going with UCLA for this one.
Go ahead, Chris.
I wouldn't say that last year, but this year they look a lot better this year than last year. Last year they made it to the 8.
So I got to pick mine now, right?
Yep.
They finally get it done. The North Carolina Tar Heels will be your College World Series champions.
And this is what I'm going to say. 6 in a row. Something that's never been done by a conference. I'm going 7. I've got Auburn to win it, but I said earlier in this podcast, a SEC team will make 7 in a row. That's something that's never been done by any other conference. Heck, they ain't even got 6 in a row. So I'm picking Auburn to win it. But I did say in this podcast, if Auburn don't win it, it will be another SEC school. And I have my reasons for that because I know somebody's about to say something in the comments.
That's what he said.
No team has won 7 in a row, huh?
No conference, I don't think.
Let's see.
I don't think no conference has ever won 7 in a row. I know 6 has been done. It's been done twice.
Okay. That'll be interesting. Okay. I had to double check that. Okay. Jamie's got Auburn winning it.
Is anybody wondering why I say another SEC team will win it if Auburn don't?
Because typically we are the best conference.
No, I have a reasoning. Like I have a legit argument that I could argue that would And I could, yes, it would cause an argument, but it's fine with me because I like to argue. My thing is, all the SEC is the only conference, week in, week out, week in, week out. We slay the gauntlet with each other to get to this point. Softball. Let me give you a prime example. And when it first started, and the SEC put, what was it, over half the field in the supers, and then took 5 to wherever they play their national championship,
Mm-hmm.
and Oklahoma went home. I said
Yep.
then that my pick to win the softball this year is Mississippi State because them girls played their lights out. Now, I will tell you this: in baseball, there's nobody in this field of 64 besides the SEC that played the gauntlet that the SEC played this year.
Jacksonville State did.
Well, I said the whole conference, Chris. I said the whole conference. Jacksonville State, I don't know who their coach is, but
The
I
guy that
got
got fired from Missouri 3 years ago.
mad respect for that man. Anybody that schedules, I don't remember how many. Look it up, Chris. How many SEC games did they play this year?
I think they played 7 SEC teams.
They played 7 SEC teams, and I know they won over half of them. That's an accomplishment within itself.
They
And
run
whoever
ruled out. They run ruled Auburn in their own house.
They ruled Alabama once, did they not?
No, Alabama smoked them both times.
I thought they lost once to Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama beat them both times.
Hey, who's talking crap about Vandy?
He's not.
He's he's sending us flowers. I mean, we could talk about Kari Blasingame, who was a fullback in the NFL.
I mean, we could talk about the star quarterback that went this year.
I think he's going to make that roster. He might be number 3, but he's going to be on that roster.
That's what I was thinking.
But yeah, I'll throw some love out there for Eli Stowers. But yeah, I'm going to take North Carolina to win it all. Absolutely Stowers over Sadiq. So Kenny's got Auburn. Terry's got UCLA. Y'all a bunch of homers.
Chris, you can call me what you want. I've known you for a long time. But ride or die, I'm riding with Auburn. And I don't care. I'm not a fair weather fan, and anybody that don't know me, I don't even hate Alabama. I despise Alabama. There's not an inch, nothing you'll ever hear come out of my mouth nice about the University of Alabama. Ask Chris. It's been proven on podcast after podcast after podcast. He will tell you I hate Alabama. I cannot stand them. Another team I hate is Tennessee. I used to have an argument with a dude about Tennessee all the time. I cannot stand Rocky Top. I just want Chris to sing it one time, but he won't never do it.
That will never happen.
Unless Tennessee wins the Natty, then Chris has to do it.
I will not.
But yeah, as far as Homer goes, I didn't pick UCLA to even make the Omaha 8 last year. And they exceeded my expectations. So I'm like, why not try them this year?
Look, I'll pull for Vanderbilt before I pull for Tennessee or Alabama.
So, of all 64 teams that are in this bracket,
Okay.
when they get to Omaha, they have a competition. The Jello shots. Call your Jello shot champion today.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, Chris, and this is I'm just being honest, okay? If Auburn makes it to the national championship,
They don't drink. They're not winning it.
hold on, let me tell you something. The students of Auburn University are going to travel to Omaha, okay? I don't know about that. Them kids down there stay drunk 24/7. It'd be good. I don't know that. We got to see who makes it first before I can call that.
You're talking from the 8 we picked, right?
Well, out of the entire 64 field, pick your Jello shot champion today.
Georgia.
You want me to pick?
Georgia?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, with the record of DUIs lately, I think it's a no-brainer.
I didn't think about that. That's a good one. If I had to pick,
We know when Florida goes there, they don't drink. We know when UCLA goes there, they don't drink.
Auburn typically don't drink.
I'm gonna say, you know what? If Texas A&M can get to Omaha, they're winning this hands down.
If
If
Georgia
Texas A&M
doesn't make it, my backup would be Texas.
If
I don't know, Chris. If Georgia
Texas,
make- Go
I'm
ahead.
telling you, if Texas A&M gets to Omaha, Texas A&M is winning the Jello Shot Challenge.
Man, that's hard call, Chris, with no LSU there.
Right? I'm going to say Texas A&M. If they get to Omaha, they win the Jello Shot Challenge.
I'm gonna say Georgia or Texas A&M. That's all they do is drink in Georgia and get DUIs or running from the cops.
And I say that because of what happened 2 years ago when Texas A&M was there. But they they drank a lot of Jello shots, a lot. They didn't beat Tennessee, but they were in the running for it.
Now, if Tennessee makes it,
If Tennessee makes it, they're winning it.
yeah, so it could go up in the air.
Well, I think we have covered everything we were
We've
discussing.
done good today. That's been a good show. Lots of comments tonight.
Thank everybody for commenting. We do appreciate that.
Yep, all 50. Oh, we got another comment. We're still coming.
Come on, who's coming with them?
Comment. They still come.
And-
I live getting drunk running.
And
from
shout out to the 52 people watching us. We greatly appreciate it. Love all the comments, the viewers. It's our best one in a while.
And I would like to throw this out there. I'll be on a little bit more here coming in the future. But I will tell y'all this. Don't get offended come football season because me and Chris are going to argue week in, week out. Week in, week out. It's just what me and Chris do. I'll probably argue with Terry too.
Mhm.
But there's some things after baseball season's over with that I want to discuss football-wise with some guys about what's coming up in the SEC. Some I agree with, some things I agree with, some things I don't. I want everybody's opinion.
So Friday kicks off the greatest show on turf.
That was dirt.
Dirt, turf, same thing. Well, technically not, but they say it both ways. I did see some of the forecast for some of the regional sites. I will not mention that word, but that may play a factor in all of this. It always does. Especially when you get to Omaha, it will play a factor. It always does.
Jamie, you funny.
That's good stuff. But I think we've covered it all. We went over Kenny wasn't on here when we went over it. What's your thoughts on teams that got in that shouldn't have and teams that got left out?
Kentucky shouldn't have got in. I've been said that. I said that to you earlier today. Like, how did they get in? Like, that's what I don't understand. Because remember the conversation we and you had? Because honestly, Chris, part of this looks like they used RPI, and part of this looks like they didn't.
Right.
Like that's just my outtake, and like I can argue with whoever wants to why I can say the outtake of RPI and the not outtake of RPI because let's be honest, Auburn got the 4 seed because of RPI. There's
Yeah.
no, you're not going to argue. We can argue. You're not going to prove me wrong. Kentucky got in. I don't know because it wasn't on RPI.
It was on RPI.
I don't think so, Chris.
They
I
were
don't think-
30. They were 37 in RPI.
Okay, but what about they were 30 in RPI? Why ain't they in here?
Yeah, Mercer was 28 in RPI.
Why ain't they in here then?
The excuse was strength of schedule.
Strength of schedule.
Yes.
Okay, then if you want to use that excuse, then explain to me why I don't got the field in front of me. Whatchamacallit's in the field. Like, I'm gonna have to go look at it. I can't look at it.
I'm gonna go have dinner with Jamie.
Cornbread stack.
That sounds good.
That sounds good. I don't know. It's just I would love to know how they come up with this year because there's some things I agree with and some things I don't agree with.
I don't see how Arkansas is not hosting. I don't see how North Carolina State and Kentucky got in over Pitt and Mercer.
That's two good ones. You're right. My question is, why is West Virginia hosting over Arkansas?
Beats me. Because if you look at it,
Better yet,
if you break it down into quad 1, quad 2, things of that nature, Arkansas had more quad 1 wins than anybody in the country. 18.
yeah, that's true.
And they had more quad 1 wins, just quad 1 wins, than West Virginia had quad 1 and quad 2 combined.
I don't understand how they didn't host. In my opinion, they should have been 15, but
that's
I agree with
probably
that, Bubba.
true.
I agree with that.
While taking hits off the crack pipe.
Because I mean, there is some dumb things here.
They wanted to work half a day, then still get paid for a full day's work.
What I don't understand is every other year, when somebody's asked for somebody, they've given them to them. Why couldn't Yale get what they wanted this year?
It's
Yeah.
it's just wild to me this year. I don't understand it. Mercer did everything that was asked of them. They played at Florida State. They scheduled hard. They played at Florida State. They played Troy. They played, they played at Southern Miss. And you're going to say strength of schedule is the reason they're not in? They didn't challenge themselves? I don't know what more you want them to do. It doesn't make any sense.
Who did West Virginia play that?
Well, they're in the Big 12. They played the Kansas and the Arizona State and the UCF and the Cincinnati. That does sound like some good gumbo. I don't think North Carolina State should be in. And let me be clear. Yes, I hate North Carolina State with a passion. Let me be clear on that. But the only reason they're in the field is because a Hall of Fame coach, Coach Avent, announced that he's retiring at the end of the year. It's an olive branch. And they did it to make up for them getting kicked out of the World Series in 2020. Or 2021, I should say. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
So, it's been a good show, guys. 53 people watching. Thank you to every one of them. And while you're watching, you getting ready to watch these college baseball regionals, go out and get you some Chinook seeds. Go to ChinookSeedery.com. Use the promo code GoldenBroom10 and get 10% off of your purchase. And get them seeds ready. Pick any flavor you want. My personal favorite is the cinnamon French toast. You can get some lemon pepper. You can get some hatch chili. All of that good stuff. Go get you some seeds. Get ready for it. That's a good question. Mine is Bandy Backers. It's BANDY Backers. Obviously, you can find the Golden Broom Pod on Twitter. Terry is Terrible Terry.
83.
Terrible Terry 83 on Twitter. And I don't think Kenny's got a Twitter yet. We're going to work on him.
Staycation at home. Hey, I guess so. It works, don't it?
Well, Jamie, if you follow the Golden Broom, we'll give you a follow back. That's how that absolutely will do that.
The only one I don't follow, Jamie, is those little hookers accounts. So that try to follow me for a good time.
Right.
So I do got
Also,
go ahead, Chris.
if you're into wanting to do a bracket challenge, I did find one. It's at myomaha8.com. And you can register an account and get in and do a bracket challenge. It's much easier to do than the D1 bracket challenge. Been saying for years somebody needed to do something different than D1. We finally got one.
Are we all
put
going to do it,
together.
Chris?
Yes, and I will get you the information on that here momentarily. But yeah, go to myomaha8.com, fill out a bracket, and see how you compare to the rest of the country. I actually did one for the SEC tournament.
Okay.
So,
Well, that was definitely a great show. Glad we can get that one
been
done.
a good one. 54 watching now. Appreciate all 54 watching tonight. Been good to talk baseball again. We've been doing so many interviews, we kind of got away from talking sports. I have not posted the link in the group yet, Bubba, but I will get that done.
Hey, Terry, get with me. You or Chris get with me after the show, or just when we go off, just stay on and I'll talk to y'all about something.
No, I'm gonna have to go because I gotta go tend to the dog. So
Just get with me later on. Hit me up.
All right. And without further ado, I appreciate everybody watching. Been a good show. Been a good discussion tonight. We will see you next Sunday night at 6 p.m. Is that correct, Terry?
that is correct. 6 p.m. next Sunday night, we're gonna have Cal State University San Bernardino's catcher Dominic Dominguez, as they just finished up his senior year, and he's going to talk more about what his future holds for him as far as what's next in terms of still competing, whether it's collegiately or possible minors. We'll discuss that with him.
And we'll follow up the interview after we're done interviewing him. We'll preview super regionals as well next Sunday night. We will go live at 6 p.m. Central Time. Same great socials, same great time, same beautiful faces.
I'll be on here too.
And we will speak at you next Sunday night. Appreciate everybody watching. Y'all have a great week, and make sure to go get you some seeds to prepare for the regionals coming up next weekend. Until then, see you next week.
On the down